Hello, everyone. It's Mercury in retrograde. I definitely feel it. Hold on, I'm going to connect my chat. All right. Welcome, everyone. Sorry for all the false starts. I'm going to check something here. Who's circling back? Let's delete this one. Okay, I think we're live right now. Even though I didn't announce this one, so some people might join me, some people may not. It is Sunday morning, so we're going to see. But the chat is open. Let me know. And I'm just hopping into this. Welcome. Welcome back. If you are my subscribers, thank you so much. Welcome to the Black Dove Oracle. We are getting ready. This is technically Membership Sunday, but I'm going to do this live really quick because one, there is a message about who's circling back during Mercury in retrograde, but I also want to announce that I will be doing free, well, these are included in the membership. 1111 portal readings for my members. I have a small membership right now. So this is the perfect time to join because I can give individual attention to the members, such as an 1111 portal reading. So that will be coming up for my members later on today. But right now, this is a live that is open to everyone. We're going to be talking about who is circling back during Mercury in retrograde. So if you are here and you want to let me know you're here, put it in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to open up with a prayer and then also kind of open up with clearing the energies. So one moment, let me get my little chimes out and just taking a moment to go within, you all, so that we can start off the reading clearly. I am so like out of it for Mercury in retrograde. I mean, it could be just me. It could be just me, but yeah, I don't know how anyone else is feeling during this time. I feel a little like, So let's clear the energies. And just going within, knowing that we are grateful for this day, we're grateful for this time, and we're grateful for the guides who sit at the feet of spirit that are showing up to this reading today to give us clear, accurate messages. And also know that those who are receiving these messages, including myself, we're highly protected and we are surrounded by spirit who loves and protects and guides us on all realms, all timelines, all dimensions. Ashe. So my honeys, this is going to be a 3-pile pick a card. And so I'm going to give you your choices for who's circling back. Remember, if you want to join my membership, I wonder if I still have the link I can put in here. Let me see if it's coming up. Yeah, this is my membership link. If you want to join, it starts at $4.99 and you will get an 1111 portal reading. But you would need to join today because I have a job and I work during the week. So today would be the day that you would get your portal reading if you join today. If you're seeing this after the 9th and you're wanting an 1111 portal reading, you can have one, but it will not be on time for the 1111 portal. An 1111 portal is, you all, November 11th. Okay. November being the 11th month and the 11th day. Okay. So, if you want that, if you're feeling like a call for more information regarding that, then contact me. Okay. So here are your groups, my honeys. Group number 1 will be this beautiful ivory. Well, it's a faux ivory snake. I don't know if you could see all the texture on there, but this is group number 1, the snake. Group number 2 will be the naga. I have like all this like lighting going on, so hopefully you could see it. If you know what a naga is, that will be group number 2. It's basically a Buddha that's sitting there surrounded by snakes at the very top of the crown. Okay. And group number 3 will be this beautiful African mask, brass mask. Okay. So take a moment to reflect, honeys, and you can listen to one, you can listen to more than one. These are going to be pretty short and sweet because I have a few readings to do today. But, we're going to get into it. And welcome to my live. I'm really happy you're here if you are here. And please don't hesitate to put it into the chat if you are here. Okay, awesome. Maybe I should pen this one. I'm just going to show if that's where you want to join. It's in the chat for the membership, okay? All right. So group number 1, you chose this snake. It's actually like a hairpin, but I love it. Got it from an artist. So group number 1, you chose this snake. This retrograde for you, group number 1, it's going to be very powerful in terms of something transforming, something that I think you were working on, and maybe something was interrupted. It could be about a relationship that got interrupted. We're going to see. Almost as if you feel like someone left your life and there was no explanation. There was just maybe the person fell silent. Maybe you just didn't, like kind of ghosted. You may have even felt like this was a betrayal because you felt like you were on some kind of path with this person. So let's see. We're going to pick some cards here, see who comes out. So who's circling back? Yeah, this is someone, we have seeker energy. I think you know this person as someone who moves around a lot. They kind of revealed that to you. This could be someone who travels a lot. This could also be someone who's really, I get like Spirit is saying they go on pilgrimages. And when I say a pilgrimage, it's more like they're a seeker of spirit. This could be someone who maybe they meditate a lot. Maybe they even do plant medicine. Maybe they, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but this might be specific. Hey, Poland, how are you? Just some girl. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. This could be someone, I don't know why Spirit was bringing it in. Someone who's like a DJ who goes to festivals. This is very specific to someone. Maybe it's for you, just some girl. But, Spirit said it right. Spirit gave me the thought and you popped in to the chat. So I'm only saying, I don't know if it resonates with you. It could be someone that travels with festivals, like they're a DJ or they do some kind of, they're like a musician. Or, they may play in concerts. This is someone who might travel for the kind of work that they do. They're also in liberator energy. This is someone that you really admire. You admire their mind. You admire their forward thinking. They could be an Aquarius. They don't have to be. They could be in that kind of energy. They're very forward thinking. They think about the world in a particular kind of way. They think about their life in a particular kind of way. And they've spent a lot of time freeing themselves from, hey, Raj, how are you? They spend a lot of time freeing themselves from maybe entanglements. This could be a good looking person. I'm not even going to lie, y'all. This could be like someone that's very popular. Um, but they're very wise and true. And I think, a lot of people don't get to know them at the level that you once knew them at. This could be someone that you just ended up having a conversation with. I don't know why I keep getting like images of like Burning Man kind of things, or maybe you were at a festival, you were somewhere where you met this person, and it was kind of as if, oh, thank you, Raj. Good to see you. I think when you met this person, it was kind of in their element. There's a lot of people trying to jock for their attention, but somehow you ended up in a conversation with them one on one. And that's when you got a chance to really get to know them. And Spirit is saying you felt like there was a connection. You felt like there was a connection. In fact, they may have even alluded to that. Like, oh, wow, this is the first time in a long time, they were saying, when you were connected to them, group number one. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I think this person was at a place in their life where they were thinking about moving on from the scene. I don't know. I'm going to go group number one with some kind of festival, DJ, musician, actor, artist. This is someone who hangs out in a particular kind of scene. Could be the club scene, whatever, that scene, the rave scene. It's someone I'm tapping into for group number one who chose this snake. This person may have even talked to you about how they are feeling like they need to change their life. Like this scene is not feeding them the way it used to. And you may have agreed. There might have been things that you were seeing that you were just like, hey, you may not have even been in the scene, but you were seeing from them that they were having some lessons that they had to learn. That's what Spirit is saying. So that Five of Coins is in reverse. It's almost as if their money was tied to attending these things. And I think they were just on a very personal level tired of dealing with that kind of environment. Yeah, Two of Sticks. I think what happened was you didn't see Two of Wands reverse. You didn't see that this person, when they were talking to you, that they actually were getting ready, like they were in motion. It wasn't like they were just thinking about it. They had made some decisions. Maybe even Spirit is saying after speaking to you, after getting your console, after realizing there's people like you around the world who are, I think you both were connecting on things that you both cared about. And so for you, this was like a connection that you really wanted to happen because this person was deep to you. I mean, not only were you attracted to this person, but they had the intelligence, they had the consciousness. And Spirit is saying they were also in the middle of really leaving something. I think, let's see what the next card's going to be. What do you want to say, Spirit? Yeah. The Ace of Wands is in reverse here. Here's what I'm going to say. It wasn't that they weren't attracted to you, but I think what Spirit is saying, there's two cases here. So take this where it resonates. In one case, it wasn't that they weren't attracted to you, but I think the connection with you was much more platonic for them. Like they really were loving the kind of like mind connection you both were in. In another case, they just were not attracted to you. This was not an actual thing for them. So you'll have to take that word resonates. Spirit is saying even clearly right now that you need to be factual on some of this. Some of you have been dealing with a little limerence around this person, kind of daydreaming about this person. Maybe even tried to figure out, should I spend money to go to another festival, looking for their name. I think Spirit is saying, there's a little limerence happening here. Nine of swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Spirit wants you to not spend a lot of time kind of daydreaming about this person, because here's what's going to happen, because they are going to circle back. Okay. And Spirit, I need for you to let me know, because Spirit's like, I don't want you to spend time daydreaming, but they're going to circle back. Why are they circling back, Spirit? Why are they circling back? Very interesting. Because they want to get more, how do I want to say? They really saw you as a teacher to them. They really saw you as someone who kind of was on the right track in life. And they're in Page of Swords energy when they come back to you. There's something they want to learn from you. This might sound, Spirit saying this might sound a little out there to you, because I think some of you don't imagine yourself as a teacher to someone. But this person, Spirit does want to say, just because there wasn't a physical attraction to you, or that wasn't really on their mind, they really felt like you changed their way of thinking in that moment that they met you. Like they felt like there was this magical person who appeared when they were in some kind of confused thought pattern. They really I'm going to say this, but Spirit said be careful, because I don't want group number one doing some limerence and daydreaming on this person. But this person actually does remember you. They actually feel as if you were some kind of weird angel that came out of nowhere and really helped them to straighten out their path. Because there was something about this scene that they were in. It wasn't healthy. Maybe they were using too many substances. Maybe they, it was probably something like that. It just wasn't a healthy scene for them. So what else, Spirit? Last couple of cards here. This person is circling back because they want to know something else. Yeah, I keep seeing this Two of Wands in reverse. They also feel that part of their work has brought them to a spiritual place in their life. Hierophant. They felt like in some ways, if they were, I'm going to use this as an example. If they were into plant medicine and they were going to ceremonies, they could have been, I've been to some ceremonies where there's live music. So they could have been a musician. They may play traditional or ceremonial music. They may have felt like this has elevated my life so much, being part of these ceremonies. And at the same time, they were having some experiences that made them feel like with Two of Wands, they wanted to leave that scene. Like some negative stuff happened. They're trying to make sense of it. Like they're trying to hold both worlds. And maybe you were giving them some insight, and they want to know more. They want your opinion again. They do. Yeah, because you, bottom of the deck, you know how to balance things. If they told you the issue, because here's what Spirit is saying. Last thing about this. Spirit is saying when you encountered them, they were going through something. They had a very something they knew about. And trust me, being part of plant medicine scene or any kind of these other scenes, there's some real ratchet stuff that happens. And I think this person was going through that. And they didn't know, should I focus on my spirituality? This this way of life has elevated me spiritually, but in many ways, I don't know if I should be here, if I should stay here because of some of the things they knew that happened. Okay. So, they're looking for you to help them balance the scales. It might even be something that they need to report. Okay. They may ask you about it. For you, it's not going to feel emotionally fulfilling because maybe you've had in your mind that you wanted something different with them, but it's not going to go that way. It's not going to go that way. You probably will advise them to leave. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're going to help them to kind of get out of the chaos, and eventually they're going to leave. They are going to leave that bottom of the deck. I'm just going from the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, there could be at some other later date a connection, Ace of Cups with them, but Spirit is saying again, don't wait. Don't keep holding on to this person. They have some things to work out. Okay, group number 1. So that's what I have for you. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up to this live. It helps people find my live. And also, we're going to be moving on very quickly to group number 2. Let me shuffle the cards. How are you all doing? Rach, you said it resonates a little bit. Maybe. There's like, for someone, that was very specific to me, like who this person is. Okay, let me shuffle my cards and we'll get to group number 2. I hope you guys are doing well this morning. Yeah. And don't forget that 1111 portal. I'm going to put that back up. If you want a personalized 1111 portal reading, I'm giving them to my members today. So if you join today, you'll get a chance to get a personal reading, okay? All right, my honeys. If you chose group number 2, then you chose this Naga. I'm trying to get it out of the light. Let me see if I can take the light away. Do you see? Yeah. It's like a Buddha sitting on a pedestal with all these serpents around their crown. So for you, group number 2, the person that's going to be circling back during Mercury retrograde, this is someone, this is a repeating lesson for you. This is someone who's tied to old wounds for you. And you're being told that, you're getting some transformational insight here. But let's figure out who that is. All right. Ooh, that Liberator came out again. Let me shuffle. If it comes out again one more time, because Liberator came out the last time. Let me shuffle one more time. Oh, and also Spirit said to clear the energies. So we're going to do that. Let me just shuffle this one more time. Let me clear the energies for group number 2. Watch your ears. I'm clairaudient, and it's like very soothing for me to hear the chimes. It does like clear my mind a little bit. Okay. All right. Who's coming towards group number 2 during this Mercury in retrograde? Who's circling back for group number 2? Yeah. Someone who's an upside down alchemist energy. Misuse of power, knowledge, in their spiritual practice. Very interesting. A negative alchemist. What more do you want to say, Spirit? Yeah, this is someone who has, they're very gifted with their sight. Okay. They're very observant too. They're also watching you. They've been watching you. It says voyeurism here. They've been watching you. If you're on social media, um, it's not like this is not a stalker physically. This is someone who's watching you online. But they're also, wow, Spirit is saying I need to pay attention to this. Falsifying information. Hmm. This is someone who's trying to gather information about you online, but they're doing it for um, they're doing it for a reason to try to say something negative about you. That's interesting. Yeah, upside down mystic. You know what, you all? If you're connected with someone who's a psychic or someone in the spiritual world, someone who does readings, someone who misuses their magic, you may have decided to float away from this person. Whoever I'm talking to now, you're part of this empath psychic world. You might be a tarot reader. You might be someone who's in the traditional religions. When I say the traditional religions, I mean religions that do divination, religions that are centered around the earth, Wiccan. It could be anything. This could have been someone that you knew, trusted back in the day to give you, but we have mystic in reverse here. It says delusional rapport with the divine. Yeah, this is someone who claims to have, their insight. Here's what I'm going to say, because upside down alchemist as well as the detective. And I'm going to be very careful here because I don't intermingle my clinical world with this world. But I'm going to say this person is, and possibly you know this already, a little delusional. Not even a little, Spirit is saying. And so that's not a diagnosis. It's just something that you've noticed about their gifts. They could be gifted, but I actually feel as if they need help in grounding themselves. Okay. It doesn't mean they don't have gifts, but they need help in grounding themselves in their gifts. And for you, you weren't taking on that role, but I think you felt like this wasn't a person you wanted to remain connected to. This person wants to circle back, Spirit is saying. So let's ask why. Because I really do feel like this is related to some either old wounds of yours. You may have had a pattern of connecting with people who weren't really, in your opinion, in their right mind. And that wound could be even coming, Spirit is saying, and this is so specific for someone, that wound could even be triggered by the fact that someone in your family had some mental illness. So you may have had a pattern of like running into friends or connections with people that reminded you of that family member. Some people, that's one of your parents. Yeah. This person is coming back. We have upside down Empress. We have 2 of coins in reverse. Temperance in reverse. This is interesting, you all. All of them are in reverse. 7 of coins in reverse. The Devil in reverse, as well as the Page of Swords. This person has been talking about you. They're a little obsessed with you. I think they don't like that they feel like you have been successful at what you've been doing. Some of you are tarot readers. You've gotten really they don't like that you're successful at your work. They want to stop your work. They want to bring imbalance to your life so that you'll stop doing the things that you are successful at. You don't have to be a tarot reader, but I'm telling you, it has something to do with what you're doing. They want to impact your money. And they're coming back in this like negative Empress energy. It just tells me, you all, and this is kind of hard for some people to understand. There are some very powerful people, but they have so much healing to do that their gifts become kind of an impediment to them. You know what I mean? Like they're very gifted. They can actually see things, but it's intermingled with the chaos of their mind. Okay. And so for you in group number 2, you may have found, because I think that this Naga is actually a symbol of that person. Like they have all of this intense energy, intense psychic energy going on, but they are out of control. Like they don't know how to control their gifts. They use their gifts to collaborate with really dark energies, and that makes them even more chaotic. So I think you were seeing this group number 2. You were like, let me stay away from that energy. And this was correct. And I believe that's probably what Spirit is going to tell you, that you probably want to stay away from this person. But let's make sure. We're going to ask Spirit. Spirit, what do you want them to do? Because this person's going to try to re-enter your life. They're already peripherally trying to talk to people you know or say things about you. But Spirit is, this is going to be a circling back that really balances the scales. Okay? For some of you, this is going to be a situation where you need to cut ties in a very final way. Okay? And you have to be careful. But you do need to be careful what you say to them, if at all, anything. But for some reason, I feel like they're in your world a little bit. Like they know people you know. You know, like it's... Yeah. You want to avoid giving them any information that could possibly put you in a 5 of Pentacles situation. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles is coming up reverse again. They're really trying to impact the way that you make money, the way that you do things. You know, this is just an example, but if some of you are on social media and you're doing things that are not connected to the work that you do, you know, kind of like me, you know, like you have a different job that's very specific, and maybe you're on social media reading tarot. Maybe, you know, just almost like me. Hey, this could be my reading. I don't think it is, because but you know, stay away from this energy. That's what Spirit is saying. They definitely, this is somebody who used to be a friend to you, bottom of the deck. Someone that you may have told things to. Someone that you may have shared in certain points in your life a really great relationship with. But, you know, this is not someone... Spirit is saying you would do best to probably not even re-enter any kind of communication with them. But for some of you, Spirit is saying that might be unavoidable. I don't know if this is a family member. I don't know if this is someone who, in some ways, you have to see on occasion. Take it where it resonates. But Spirit is saying they are out and to end your success. They're really trying to cut that off. And so you just need to be aware of it. Spirit says you don't need to be afraid of it, but they are trying to slow down your success. They're trying to get to your pentacles. They're trying to... If some of you have been feeling unmotivated lately, you know, like maybe you aren't doing the things that make you happy, you might need to do a spiritual bath during this 11/11 portal even. You know, clear your energy. This person's trying to slow you down, whether it's psychically, whether it's through gossip. It could be both. So last piece of advice, Spirit. Yeah. Seven of Wands. You need to protect yourself. Okay. That's what Spirit is saying. So, you need to either do like a spiritual bath. Okay. Meaning get some herbs together. This is how I tell everybody the easiest way to do this is look in your kitchen, see what you got, see what's saying use me, and then go and look up the spiritual properties of that herb to see if that's what you want to use. You'll be surprised. You may have rosemary, you may have bay leaf, you may have thyme, you may have basil. Like these are things you can use. Cinnamon, cinnamon. Some of you need to sleep with a bowl of water under your bed, okay? And clear it out every morning, okay? Because this person might be trying to enter your dreams as well. I know for some of you, this person might sound very scary, but Spirit is saying, what are you saying, Spirit? You don't need to be afraid. You're stronger than this person. You actually are stronger than this person. I know that you've grown up with this person, or there's somewhere in your life where you saw how powerful this person is, but Spirit's saying, yeah, you're King of Cups energy. You're emotionally grounded. You're more powerful simply because you're emotionally grounded. And you sit on the throne of the king. So, some of you are water signs, but you need to understand that your magic, it dampens the more densely you work. So dense work is when someone is doing work, shadow work, to prevent people from doing things. They're out of control, they're chaotic. That diminishes their power. Your power is in being upright, being emotionally stable. That is, you are more powerful than them. That's the last message for you, group number 2. So you don't need to be afraid. You just need to protect yourself. You need to cleanse yourself, because Spirit says all you need to know is no, and now you know. Okay? You could do the things to clear your space, clear your body, and voila, they're gone. They will be on to the next chaotic thing. Okay? Let's clear the energies for group number 3. It's unfortunate. There's some people, Spirit has said, who they've been through a lot of trauma in their life, probably related to their gifts, but it's their responsibility to heal themselves. Okay? That's the last message. Let me clear the energies again. Okay, group number 3. You chose this brass mask. I can't get my directions going. Okay. It's a nice little patina on it. Brass African mask. Beautiful. Okay. So who's coming towards you in this retrograde, group number 3? Who's coming towards you? This may have to do with someone who's underestimated you, someone who wore a mask around you. Why are they? Who is this first? Who is this spirit? Ooh. Deliante in reverse. Pretension to much deeper knowledge than actually. Yeah, this is someone who was wearing a mask around you. They were pretending that they could be a collaborator with you. I'm hearing someone they're like a jack of all trades. I'm trying to figure out how you would know this person. They do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but they really wanted you to think they were talented. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, this is someone who was trying to sweep you off your feet. The prince is in reverse here. You know, someone who's very charismatic, but I don't know. This is someone who wanted to present themselves in a particular way to you. They could have used a lot of charm to try to get into your world. You probably suspected this is nobody you really want to be involved with. Yeah, this is somebody embracing negative causes or committing to a cause for personal gain. Yeah, advocate in reverse. It's interesting how these cards are coming out in reverse for this person. Very consistent. I feel like this deck is pretty consistent when it wants to tell you if it's a negative attribute or a positive one. This is a person who, wow, they collaborated with some of your enemies. And when I say that, I don't take it lightly. This is someone who they met you, and then someone was saying something negative about you, and they just decided to ride that train. I think you suspected this. Like they were, how do I want to say? They weren't the main person who was trying to do some kind of gossip on you, but they also joined in. You know, they collaborated with this person. They might have just been there listening, not defending you, whatever it was. But yeah, Spirit said one more card. Okay, one more card, Spirit. Yeah, this person, yeah, you know, wow. You know, this person, you were never clear about. Are they trying, do they want to get with you, or what's the reason why they wanted to be connected to you? You know, I think when they're coming towards you now, you're going to see that they want to be in this companion energy. Maybe they'll realize, oh, you know, they'll tell you something about, oh, I made some mistakes in the past with these people I was hanging around. And you're going to be like, yeah, you were hanging around with my enemies. You know what I mean? I think whoever's in pile number 3, you're very good at telling when people are wearing a mask. You're very hard to fool. You might be a Scorpio, but you know, you're very hard to fool. You might be a Virgo too. But you know, there's something here where you're just like, I think when this person tries to connect with you, they're trying to get back. It's cuffing season, you all. It's cuffing season. And this cuffing season, out of all of them, is quite important for some people. You know, people have been laid off. They ain't got no job. They're really looking for support. Yeah, you got this Knight of Cups in reverse. This is someone, they're so stagnant in their life right now. They are really looking for a way out of their life. They're looking to be supported. They're looking to be taken care of, and they will lie. They will lie to make that happen. They will pull on your heartstrings. You've got even the Page of Cups come through, Spirit. They're going to pull on your heartstrings. They're going to be like, you know, I just need direction in life. You've always been you've always been this heart-centered person. Yeah, you are heart-centered. You're compassionate, but they are not. Be careful of this person. This Spirit is saying does not have to be a romantic connection, you all. It could just be somebody who wants to reestablish friendship with you. I don't know why I'm getting this, but this is someone who literally they played sides with you with another person. That person could have been prejudiced against you. I don't know why Spirit is bringing this up, but somebody needs to listen. They could have sided with someone who was literally prejudiced against you. Maybe even racist, maybe even, you know, homophobic. You know, you take it where it resonates. But this person they sided with was fundamentally against you. And this person was hanging out with them, didn't see a problem with this person. Even though they knew what this person was saying about you, they knew what this person was trying to do to you, they didn't see a problem with hanging out with this person. This is why I wanted to clarify that to you. Okay? because this person was never your friend. They could have been trying to hang around you. They could have been trying to, play both sides of the fence, but they were never a friend to you. Yeah. And you know how they see you now? They see you as this beautiful queen of pentacles. Your life is very relaxed. You've got everything you want. You've got a beautiful little kitty. You're sleeping in your bed. You're at peace. You're relaxed. All your pinnacles are sitting, right there above your head. You're prosperous. That's why they want to get back in your life. For some of you, if this is somebody who claims to have been an old friend of yours, they are in hard times. They may have, they may be when you hear from them, they might be saying they're on the verge of houselessness. They've lost their job or never had a really stable income. They're going to give you some kind of sob story, Spirit is saying. One more card here. Yeah. But little do they know, you are not going to be concerned with their going-ons. You're not going to be concerned with their business at all. According to you, and I think this is for many of you, and if it isn't, you need to be on this vibe. You're about your own business. You're about cultivating your own garden. The World card here. You've completed that part of your life. For many of you, you've completed that cycle. You are not going to sit there and intentionally bring weeds into your garden. You are not going to do that. Okay? You're not going to do that. You're not going to let them in. But last pieces of advice from Spirit. I don't think this person's going to get close to you, but you're going to be surprised. Yeah. Because you're going to hear about how their life is falling apart, and they're really going to want to play on your heartstrings. But this is not the person to offer your generosity to. They've never been generous to you. Spirit says they've never been loyal to you. They will trade you in for a cup of rice. Okay. So, and I don't know why that came up. Is that like an old Fuji's line? But anyway, regarding Marcus Garvey. Yeah, they're big betrayer energy. They're very in big betrayer energy. That was too many cards. Yeah. They're going to come and try to come through and Knight of Cups, woo you and play on the heartstrings. But Spirit is saying you already know who they are. Yeah, don't get entangled in this person's life. Be careful, because even if you are going to say, oh, well, let me try to find a resource for you, that's going to entangle you in their life. It is best to not even answer their call, text, email, whatever it is. Stay out of it. There's a part of you who wants to help people, and Spirit says it's very grateful for your spirit. But some people, they just need like a tiny inch to enter into your life, and before you know it, their chaos is all over the place, like a bad virus. Okay. All right, my honeys, that was it. Group number 3. Stay alert. Okay. So you all, once again, I'm having these 1111 portals, personal readings that I'm doing for my membership. My membership starts at $4.99. If you want to join today, November 9th, then you'll get an opportunity to get a personal 1111 portal reading. All right, my honeys, please give this a thumbs up if you did resonate with any of it. I love seeing you all here. And Rach, I hope to see you later. Okay, take care.